Welcome back to the Exeter Sports Roundup. I'm Adam Cooke on the behalf of the Talon, and I'll be recapping all the sports action at Exeter from November 4th through the 9th. We'll be taking a look at the incredible upset in the District 3 football quarterfinal, All-Star selections, Water Polo's historical season, and more. Jake Franek will be joining to talk about his game-winning field goal, as well as Water Polo's goalie, Maddy McCraw. As always, timestamps are listed on the screen and in the description, so feel free to skip to any segment. Without any further ado, let's get into it. The football team shocked the 1 seed New Oxford Colonials on the road on Friday. Coming off of a 56-3 win to open the district tournament, they traveled to the southern border of Pennsylvania against a strong, undefeated opponent. New Oxford started with the lead, but Jake Hafer and Carter Redding connected for 2 touchdowns, both of which were over 50 yards, which gave Exeter the lead at half. Though Genuine Stutzman ran in for a touchdown for Exeter, the Colonials struck back with 2 touchdowns in the fourth, evening it up with a minute left. On the kickoff, Jan Zanier took the ball down to the New Oxford 33, which set up a field goal attempt. Jake Franek nailed the kick in, and the Eagles went crazy, winning 24-21 and advancing to the 5A semifinal in District 3. Now, we're going to turn it over to Jake Franek, who's going to talk about the crazy game, his game winner, and the upcoming bout with a familiar foe. Welcome to the show, Jake. How are you today?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. So, this was a huge game against New Oxford, a big upset, against a 1 seed undefeated team. So, you kicked the game-winning field goal. What were the immediate emotions going through your head as the ball went through the uprights for the win?
I was very excited. It was definitely an exciting moment. I had trust in the 10 people they put in front of me, and I was just confident. I went in there, I was confident, and it had a very good execution. Uh, but yeah, I went in there confident.
Yeah, so you're a junior now. So, like me, you were an eighth grader when Exeter won its last and only district title. So, this is a team that's seriously threatening to win it again. Would you have ever believed that you would be the deciding factor in continuing another great run in hopes of winning another title?
Yeah, yep. If they need me in that sort of situation, my plan is just to execute and move on into the however far we need to go. I have confidence that we can go further into the playoffs and hopefully win the state chip.
So, what about Gene Zandier's kickoff return? I mean, all the way down into New Oxford territory, and that possession to set up the attempt. So, how crucial was that, and how did that all play out?
It was very good. I was very glad that Jaden uh, had that big of a run. I knew he could do it. Um, we all knew he could do it. He had a very big run, and it gave me a lot of comfort to say, "Oh, I'm gonna go in and drill this." But yeah, it was a very good run by
Mhm.
Jaden.
So, if the game would have gone to overtime, what was the level of confidence on Exeter's sideline to be able to win it?
We were definitely very confident. Um, we were picking up the pace a lot through the game, and I think Bauer and the coaches had very good confidence, and even the players had a lot of confidence that we were going to win that game, even in OT.
Yeah, and in the first half, you guys went into the locker room up, and that's because of 2 50-plus yard touchdowns by Carter Redding. So, what was his impact not only on the game, but just, like, on the energy of this team?
Carter, he picked up the energy and uh, he picked up the energy on our team like a lot. He gave us much comfort. He We were a little down in the first half when they scored, but he picked us up a lot and it helped our team. So good job to Carter.
Yeah. What is different about this team this year? Because last year was kind of a rough loss in the first round to exit, but now you guys are moving on after beating the one seed and to the semifinal for the first time since 2022. So yeah, what are some of the things that are making this team so effective and able to go on this run?
I would say we never give up and very good execution and team captain coaching skills. We did have most of that last year. I'm not going to say we didn't have that last year, but we definitely did not give up. And that was the good part about it.
Mhm. Next week, you guys got the rematch with Conestoga Valley. They're the 4 seed, so they have the home game. So they were your only loss. That kind of has an asterisk next to it. How fired up are you guys after already knowing what they're like?
We are very excited. We're just gonna go into the game, um, do what we have to do, win, and move on. We have a lot of confidence, and we are gonna practice, train as hard as we can to win this game.
Well, I appreciate you coming on. Best of luck on Friday. And congrats on what you've been able to accomplish in that game winner.
Thank you, Adam.
Thank you. Another huge thanks to Jake for joining me on the show today. The high stakes rematch with the Buckskins takes place at Conestoga Valley on Friday. The trip to Lancaster will definitely be worth it for any Exeter fans, and a fan bus will be available through Schoology. More information on the fan bus is located on Mr. Legaff's post. Three more sports had their county all-star rosters released by the BCIAA this past week. For cross country, it was no surprise that Chase Chowdhury was named all-county. Also for the boys, Chase Ryan and Gus Stolman were named honorable mentions. For the girls, Lena Bluestone, Addison Matthews, and Addie McKittrick were all division, while Chloe La Riviere was an honorable mention. Shifting over to golf, Julia Weiser was not only an all-county selection, but was named Girls Player of the Year for her county championship and run through districts and states. Exeter's other all-star was Dylan Luft, who earned an honorable mention in his first season since transferring to Exeter from Berks Catholic. Field hockey earned 4 spots on the all-star roster. All Division I selections included Lydia Smith and Carly Grove, while Ella Lynch and Tegan Martirano were honorable mentions. Now we're going to put the spotlight onto our water polo teams. While the sport has just over 20 schools within Pennsylvania, Exeter's lucky to have a program of our own. This season, the teams have taken leaps and strides beyond anyone's expectations. Let's head over to Maddy McCraw, who is a game-changing factor in the record-breaking success of the girls team as a senior goalie. Welcome to the show, Maddie. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. So this was a really good water polo season for the girls at Exeter. So talk about what it was like to cap off your career as a senior with this season.
Oh, this was definitely like my favorite season by far. Like I beat my own single record. Our team beat like our team win record. Like it was just a great season.
Mm. So talking about your records first. So you reached the 500 save milestone and broke the single season record that you held before. So how did it feel to break those?
It was definitely like awesome. I ended the season with 685 career saves and I beat my single record of 235 from last season with 243 saves this season.
What was it like being at the play-in tournament and competing on that kind of level?
Oh, it was definitely, like, awesome, like, to be there with my team and, like, because we had set goals in the beginning of the season, and I think we reached all of our goals, and that being one of them, like, it was definitely a good environment, like, I think of, like, the reason we got there was because of our, like, amazing new coach and also because of how close as a team we are and how, like, hard we work.
Mm. So even though there's players from all around the county playing for Exeter, how are you guys able to stay so close and how does that impact your guys' performance?
I think with, like, practice every day, like, we always just, like, make sure to include everybody, and, like, it impacts our performance because, like, we're just, like we're more of like a family than like a team. Like we all like are accepting to each other.
Mm.
Yeah. And it's like a small team. Like I think there's only 12 girls in the beginning of the season. So,
Got it.
yeah.
And there's only like so many water polo teams in Pennsylvania. So how happy are you to have a team in Exeter?
I'm really happy because we don't even have a pool. So like speaking of that, like it's really cool that we're able to like play water polo. So,
Yeah. And with that, breaking the single season records for a win as a team, what does that say about this group of girls and what was it like to achieve that?
and this group of girls was like the best. Like everybody was so close, so much like friendliness. Like it was just awesome. And like it was just really exciting for everybody to achieve that.
Where do you see this team in the next couple of years? And as a whole, where do you see water polo in the state going in the next, say, 5 to 10 years?
I think it's gonna grow. Definitely. Like, it's not a very popular sport, like, all the time, like, I get questions like, "What is water polo?" But it's definitely, like, I see more people, like, trying it out, like, we had a new girl that came to our team this year, didn't even know what water polo was, never swam before, and we've had that, like, before, like, it's just and then they end up staying. Like, it's just such a, like, fun sport.
Congrats on all you were able to accomplish, and I appreciate you coming on today.
Yep, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you again to Maddie for joining me, and congrats to her and the team for their monumental success. To finish off the episode, let's look into a college commitment. Molly Lubenow made her anticipated collegiate decision on Monday. The incredible three-sport athlete, most known for being the face of girls wrestling at Exeter, decided on Arcadia University to further her academic and wrestling careers. Molly was my first ever post-game interview and a guest on my other podcast, so an extra special congrats goes out to her. That will conclude today's episode. Keep your eyes peeled weekly for the Sports Roundup on Spotify and YouTube at midnight every Monday. After it's published, you can find it right on the Talon shortly afterwards. Best of luck to the football team in the semifinal on Friday, and make sure to head out to Lancaster if you're able to. I'm your host, Adam Cooke. Thank you for joining me today, and I'll see you next time.